Okay. We are back with another Survivor match. Recently, I've been playing more Survivor than I have been actually playing Killer. I find Killer to be much too stressful at the moment, especially when the developers have a blood hunt event. It seems like all the survivors bring everything they can to finish gens as quickly as possible and then escape. And there aren't really a whole lot of killers who can handle that kind of pressure. So I've just been kind of ignoring Killer for the most part. It's just too much stress. The devs don't seem to realize this. When I play versus the Survivor, ooh, that was a close one. When I play versus the Survivor bots, and I see how dopey they act and how just easy it is to down them, it makes me think that maybe the devs think that all survivors play like that, and that's why they keep giving survivors things like borrowed time at base kit, and they keep coming out with more and more gen perks for survivors. That's the only thing I can think of, because honestly, if you look at the way the Survivor bots act, and then you put two and two together and say, hey, they're giving survivors a lot of freebies. Let's be honest. Maybe they think all survivors play like those bots, and obviously they don't. Obviously, they're really good players who play as Survivor, and it's extremely discouraging, honestly, and stressful to play as Killer. It really is. I've been playing a few matches here and there, but depending on how things go, I will just give up on Killer and play Survivor. It's not worth it, and I think it's an issue the devs need to address. I don't know about the whole incentive program, but usually when I log on to play, there will be some instances where people would be incentivized to play as Killer, but for the most part, I'm seeing the opposite, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe everyone who plays Killer is just picking, like, Blight and Nurse, and that's why survivors aren't playing as much. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It would be helpful if the devs released more stats that actually matter and in a timely manner, but they don't. So we are kind of kept in the dark about what's going on. So we got a Blight. I usually don't do too well against Blights or Nurses. I think those two killers could use a nerf. Basically, every new perk that comes out with a new killer has to... it seems they have to take into consideration how that perk will affect the Nurse or the Blight. That's why they adjusted the perk Nowhere to Hide, or no, not Nowhere to Hide, Awakened Awareness. Because too many nurse players on the PTB would they'd use that perk, and it had a lingering effect of showing the survivor aura after you hooked a survivor for like 2 seconds or something like that. So nurse players were combining that perk with Lethal Pursuer to get really easy downs on survivor, and they had to adjust that. And I think it's a real troubling sign where you have every time you have a new killer released with new perks, that as a developer you have to take into account, well, how will this perk play out on the one of the most overpowered killers in the game, and that's not good. So I think instead of going that route, which they seem to be doing, instead they do actually need to look at Nurse and Blight to a lesser extent and say, what can we do to make gameplay against them a little more fair? Because right now it isn't fair, especially on Nurse. Nurse ignores a lot of the things survivors can use on maps to help get out of chase. Not too worried about this match, though. This team is fairly efficient. This is not how my typical Blight matches go. Usually it's a slaughter if it's a Blight. But yeah, I think there are a lot of things with Blight and Nurse that should be looked at. Like Blight, for instance. A lot of people mention the add-ons like Alchemist's Ring. And yeah, I think Alchemist's Ring can be very oppressive. I don't think it should be I really don't think that should be a thing. He's already a very oppressive killer. This should be a free escape if we play this right. Once again, I still can't believe that base borrowed time does not deactivate at endgame. It's a very unfair mechanic. I don't think it should be. Wow, you're special. You can run backwards. Yeah. I don't think it should be a thing at all in the game. Borrowed time's a very strong perk, and for whatever reason, the devs think it's okay that the survivors have it at base now. I mean, killers tunnel because they want to win the game. If the match is quickly spiraling out of control, what do you expect them to do? I'll give her an insta heal because I've had no use for mine this match. So the more survivors we have healthy, the easier it'll be for us all to get out of here. Yeah, I don't know why you would stop to try to flashlight blind him when you saw he had Spirit Fury enduring. At that point, you just need to run. Okay, we should make this. Oh, he was using the blighted crow and blighted rat. Yeah.